Today is September 7th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaimsOnline.com, presented by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey.
Excuse me, Mr. President. What? Brutal. Obviously, no. I'm not shocked that you thought the theatrics were awesome.
I loved it. So of course, for people that didn't see it yesterday, this is the red light district is in reference to Ryan Helsley's entrance, new entrance that they've actually had in the works for quite some time, but he hasn't come in and pitched in a night game recently. So last night was the first time in a while that they have had the opportunity to use the new LED lights for Ryan Helsley's entrance. Hell's Bells, great song. I know Trevor Hoffman used it for his career. Ryan Helsley now uses it, of course, because his name is Helsley, Hell's Bells. I got to say, though, I need something that hits a little harder. I need something that hits a little harder for my closer to come in.
Harder than AC/DC?
The beginning of it is too slow, I feel.
Oh, here was the problem last night. They hit the song too late. It should have been queued up to, they shouldn't let it build up. Yeah, you're right about that.
You need to hear the bells like the Undertaker. You need those bells
right away
to go off like that.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, these guys could learn an awful lot from the WWE when you get some of those, when you get that going on. October 5th, 1997, when the lights went out and the red lights came on at the Kiel Center and Kane made his debut interfering in that great Hell in the Cell match between the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. I mean, that gave me those type of vibes yesterday. I mean, you remember that?
Shawn Michaels?
No, not Blades of Glory. No, we're talking a Heartbreak Kid. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was washing my hair that night.
Okay.
Now I don't have any hair, so it won't be a problem.
I mean, it was 97, so the Cardinals weren't in the playoffs then, so you weren't covering But hey, you know what? That was a bright spot last night. It was it made for some fun. And you know what? Hey, closer entrances are the new hot thing in baseball, thanks to Edwin Diaz. College football tried to ruin it. College football, they tried their damnedest to ruin that song this past weekend, between Mizzou using it for their third down plays, between Alabama trying to use it down in Tuscaloosa. Oh, they tried to ruin the hell out of a fun thing that MLB's been having since May of this year. But no, they persevered. They battled on and continued into the rest of 2022. And I can't imagine what some of these guys are going to come up with in 2023 for the next season. But
when I get into basketball season, do you think we'll hear the trumpet every game somewhere?
I guarantee you the horn section, the best band. What is SLU called?
Best band in the land.
Yes, best bet. I guarantee you the trumpet section already has that sheet in front of them.
Yeah. And then with St. Louis U, with George Washington, and with VCU, they got legitimate horn players, and they'll make it rock. However, venue to venue, the quality can vary, let's say. And it'll probably wear out before too long.
It probably will. Hey, last night, Nolan Gorman had a really, really good game. I feel like I have been fine with him getting less and less at bats as the season's gone on. He hasn't earned them, but I don't think I have been as critical of his playing time as maybe you have. And I know last night you and I were talking during the game, and you were fine with what you saw out of him yesterday.
First things first. I want everybody knows what I'm about to say, but I want everybody to know that I know Ollie Marmol's smarter than me. So we all know that. It seems like it's stating the obvious, but I want everybody to know that I know that. And putting your players in a position to be successful is what a manager / coach's job is. And Ollie has been marvelous at it. In particular, I think since around before they got hot, but by the end of June, where you could see where players were going and how he had to manipulate things. And probably really as Carlson kind of, stepped in center field, that he has really manipulated his position players and his bullpen really, really well. And he did it again last night with Nolan Gorman.
Yeah, so Nolan Gorman got the start last night. New haircut, and he did just fine in the game yesterday. Cardinals winning by the score of 4-1 to take game 2 out of 4 against the Nationals. And Rammer, we move on to tonight. Don't have the lineups out yet, as you and I are doing this shortly before 2:00 this afternoon. But we know Jordan Montgomery is on the mound. Saw a stat the other day about Yankees pitching since the trade deadline. I believe they have only had 3 or 4 pitchers go 5+ in a game since the trade deadline. Meanwhile, Jordan Montgomery has done that 4 times. And then yesterday, a relief pitcher that the Yankees traded away at the deadline, he went 5 innings in a relief appearance yesterday for his game. So everybody just leaves the Bronx and starts pitching better, while the Yankees are going to make the playoffs, are going to win the AL East, but have been in quite a tailspin these last 2 months.
They've been brutal. And I think heads will roll in the offseason for the Yankees. I don't know how high up the food chain it'll go, but not identifying players who can be better, and then they go somewhere else and are better, and trading those players for players that can't get off the injured list. That's bad organizational communication and effectiveness. It's some people are going to lose their jobs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's and I mean, Aaron Boone was holding on to it. I feel like last year it was a kind of a big decision to bring him back last year after they didn't win another They didn't make the World Series last year.
Now, from his point of view, though, I am talking about the suits and the analysts.
I mean, Brian Cashman seems to be unfireable.
So that's my point. I said I didn't know how high it was going to go, but people are going to lose their job because not only did you deal players that you ultimately needed, but they go somewhere else and are better. So there's some sort of communication gap within the organization, and whoever decided that Harrison Bader is the guy we want never had plantar fasciitis.
He might not play for them at all this whole season. Hey, moving back to the Cardinals, they go tonight. We know Jordan Montgomery's on the mound. The Cardinals will be facing Corey Abbott. Former.
They faced him one other time. O'Neill has a couple of home runs against him, but not much else. So, O'Neill's going to play anyway. Then you kind of probably throw out most of the data, except maybe on what he throws and velocities and spin rates and all those kinds of things. Does Albert get in there today? Maybe he does. We'll see.
I mean, tomorrow's an afternoon game. You know already tomorrow that it'll be Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina in the game. They tie the record tomorrow for most starts as a battery of all time. So, you know what? I think tonight, you do. I think you put Albert in there tonight. A young pitcher, you put him in there against a young pitcher. Do it.
And then it depends. We'll see what Ollie thinks of his people. Nootbaar was a little overwhelmed last night. That first at bat, they pitched him backwards, and it really messed with his head. Curveball, boom, strike. I mean, kind of the opposite, and with a fastball for the last strike. And I wonder, he's been slumping. I wonder if Donovan plays right field and Lars gets a night off, allowing Pujols to DH. So we'll keep an eye for something like that. Or he may say, I got to have Lars in there, lefty against the righty. Let's use it to get him going. So those will be the things to look for early.
Looking ahead, so Josiah Gray starting tomorrow for the Nationals. He is a right-hander, and so far for the weekend series in Pittsburgh, the Pirates have not announced any of their starters yet for that series. But it's in Pittsburgh. which means you just put Albert in the lineup against anybody and you let him. He might break the record this weekend.
So this is just a guess. Maybe you play Albert tonight, day game off tomorrow, figuring you're going to play you're going to play all the games maybe in Pittsburgh, something like that.
Yeah, we will. We'll see how that plays out. Probably coming your way after the game tomorrow, a post-game edition with the early one for Cardinals and Nationals on Thursday. Enjoy the game this evening as the Cardinals are taking on the Nationals at Busch Stadium. 6:45 first pitch. This has been Daily Cards Live, presented by Munganast St. Louis Acura and Rammer Royal Banks.
Royal Banks of Missouri. Always get on board by making the phone call to Royal Banks, 314-212-1500. Don't forget about getting that early information online. Great website, royalbanksofmo.com. That's Royal Banks with an S of mo.com. It's Royal Banks of Missouri, where better service means better banking.
I want to make sure that people do appreciate the St. Louis Ambush shirt that you have on there. I think I saw 1995.
That's right.
1990. Wow, that thing looks in great shape for almost a 30-year-old shirt.
Championship vintage wear.
Very nice. Hey, he's Bob Ramsey. I am Joe Roderick. This has been Daily Cards Live right here on ClaibsOnline.com.
St. Louis Acura has an unbeatable selection of new cars arriving daily, like the all-new 2023 Acura Integra. We also have a great selection of over 200 pre-owned and factory precision courtesy vehicles with finance rates as low as 1.9% for 36 months with approved credit. And we've added Saturday service hours to our newly renovated service facility. Don't forget, we'll buy your vehicle here at our dealership or from the convenience of your home. St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.